Hello, I'm reviewing the 1995 final Jaws movie. The fifth installment to the Jaws franchise. The final Jaws movie titled Cruel Jaws. As it is. This titled Cruel Jaws. It's titled Cruel Jaws. You see, this isn't as good as Jaws 2 and the previous Jaws sequels. Jaws, Cruel Jaws. It's as good as the previous Jaws sequels. A letdown. If you've seen the first one. But not enough to say of a letdown to say it sucked. What it feels like. It just feels like a letdown. It's okay, I guess. But nothing compared to the original. Is what Cruel Jaws is. A 8 out of 10. A guilty pleasure. One of the guilty pleasures out of the bunch I've seen. Guilty pleasures. It is supposed to be a... This takes place in this one there's a lot of like, well, funny stuff in this movie. And it's supposed to be it's said as this movie was marketed as a horror comedy, this installment. So, I guess that's the reason why the writing's stupid. Whenever it executes to something scary or serious, is this funny? Well, I'm not sure everything's funny about this movie. It feels like the whole movie's a forgettable, funny mess. It's more memorable than better than Titanic that James Cameron whipped out of his ass from 1997. Titanic. It's more memorable than Titanic, so if you like Titanic, you'll like Cruel Jaws. The fifth Jaws movie, the final installment in the Jaws saga. Started with Steven Spielberg's Jaws 1, so... And, so I give this Jaws movie a 8 out of 10. It's fine. It didn't bore me completely. In fact, I found it entertaining a bit. Of a movie, even though it didn't make a whole lot of sense. Of a movie. I didn't care about the characters, and I just thought these characters were cartoon characters that were likable. Cartoon characters. From a Saturday morning cartoon feels like characters they feel like written as in the fifth installment to Jaws. Is what Cruel Jaws feels like with the characters. Well, that's okay. Most of them are going to die anyway. And become victims of the shark. In the movie, of the plot of the movie. So that's my review on Cruel Jaws. on why I give it an 8 out of 10. Cruel Jaws, the 5th and final Jaws movie. Now I'm going to talk about the 4th installment, Jaws: The Revenge. Jaws: The Revenge is definitely the worst sequel because it's the most forgettable bad sequel. In my opinion. But the best sequel in the Jaws saga is Jaws 2. Because that's the most memorable bad one. That is the one when the same shark that you thought that you thought the main character blew up, and you saw it blew up, and at the end of the first Jaws movie, comes back from the dead as a zombie shark. It's only just to get electrocuted to death and blown up by the same main character of the first one. I give Jaws 2 a 8 out of 10. It is the best Jaws sequel out of the bunch. Jaws 3 is where they go under the water in a dome, and the Jaws, the shark, breaks into the dome and floods the place, and and the whole thing goes to hell with the characters becoming victims of the shark eating them. That one was called Jaws 3D, also known as Jaws 3. That was the first one without the main character from the first 2 movies. For some reason, he wasn't in the third one. But why? I don't know. Not mentioned why he wasn't in it. And when he is mentioned in the last 2 movies, his name's mentioned. He was mentioned he died of old age because he got scared. He died of a heart attack because he got scared of PTSD from the times he had to kill all those sharks. The same shark twice in both installments, the first installment. So, yeah, okay, that's stupid. I don't buy that. Because that's stupid. Is why I give Jaws, the first 3 Jaws sequels, and that's why I give Jaws: The Revenge an 8 out of 10, Jaws 3 an 8 out of 10, Jaws 2 an 8 out of 10. Besides Cruel Jaws, a 8 out of 10, the 5th and final installment in the Jaws saga. And the Jaws sequels are all fucking letdowns. That's why I give all the Jaws sequels a 8 out of 10. That's my review on the Jaws sequels. I want to give all the Jaws sequels. There are 5 sequels to the original Jaws movie that Steven Spielberg made, and I give all the Jaws sequels an 8 out of 10. For forgettable, letdown, idiotic, stupid writing of movies. And what was the point making these sequels? Other than milking the cow or the franchise that never should have been a sequel to. Shit, I really hate the Jaws sequels. They suck. And compared to the first one, the sequel's a letdown. I mean, the first one was so good, you know, and the sequel's just, not as good, you know. I mean, they were fine as guilty pleasures. I give them an 8 out. They were fine enough, and they weren't like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 to me, you know. The Jaws sequels are like 8 out of 10 for me. Which is sad, because I really like the first Jaws movies a lot. The first Jaws movie a lot. This is my review on the Jaws, the first one. I guess I went to, this is my review on the Jaws sequels that I made this video about. And I'm going to save the first Jaws movie for a separate video, because I really like that movie more than the sequels. I mean, I don't hate the sequels, I just find them no more than 8 out of 10. And I guess that means a lot to me, because I really like the first one, you know? For me, that's like a 10 out of 10. The first Jaws movie, titled Jaws. I would give that a 10 out of 10. But I'm going to talk about that in a separate video, okay? That's not this video. Okay. Before I go, I'm going to tell you to subscribe to my content by hitting the bell first. Hit the subscribe button second, and that's how you get subscribed. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up on my old video stuff when you check them out. And check them out at your own pace. Don't have to check them out in any specific order. Okay. Goodbye.